Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I just want to start this video off by saying sorry if the lighting changes because I use the sunlight and it changes. So basically I've wanted to do today's video for quite a while, and this idea came to me when I was looking through old photos of myself and cringing. I look back at photos from when I was like 12, 13 to 15, 16, and I wish there was a way to avoid that awkward stage like as a teenager, and I know there's no like legitimate way to avoid it. It's gonna happen and you have to accept that, but I thought that I would use my platform to give you guys tips and advice on how to avoid that awkward stage and how to get through it, and just like beauty and confidence tips and tricks and stuff like that. And I have a notebook with stuff that I've written down, and I also have my phone because I'm going to be showing you guys some embarrassing photos of myself from when I was like 12 to, not 12, probably 13 to 15. But basically these photos are really embarrassing. So when I was going through my awkward stage, I was wearing things like this, and I did my hair like this. And I had braces, and my makeup was just not good. Yeah, those are my awkward pictures. Might have a few more a bit later, but for now, that's that. So basically, I'm just going to start off with braces because that was one thing that really had a toll on my confidence when I was younger. I had braces for about 2 years, I think, and I'm glad that I had braces because my teeth now are really good, and if I didn't get braces I would still be insecure about my teeth now. But basically a little tip if you have braces is to, like the little elastic bands that you get on your braces, I recommend not getting white ones because you change the elastic bands every like month or so, I think. I can't remember, it was years ago. But I figured that when you get the white little elastics, over time and like with the food you're eating and them just being in your mouth so long, they're going to change colour and they're probably going to end up turning yellow, and that doesn't look the nicest. So I know if you get like coloured ones it's a lot more noticeable than the white ones, but I feel like having like pink elastics in your mouth is a lot better than having yellow. I don't know, that's just my opinion. I used to get pink all the time, or I think you can also get clear ones, but they do also change colour a little bit, and I just think that yellow elastics in your mouth doesn't look the hottest. But you know, braces are braces. If you have to get braces, you have to get braces, and in the end they are going to improve how you look and improve your confidence in the end because you have a beautiful smile. The next tip is for makeup. So my makeup was probably my biggest mistake when I was younger. When I started out in year 7, I like literally used to forget to put makeup on, and then my skin started to get really bad and I started to get a lot of acne, so I wanted to use makeup and foundation to try and cover that up and hide all that, which was probably a mistake because I mean in the end I don't think it was the foundation that made my acne worse, because I was taking good care of my skin, I was eating healthy, and everybody used to say to me, oh, it's the foundation you wear, like it's because you wear makeup that's going to give you acne. Yes, makeup that can give you acne, but in my case, you know, it's only going to give you acne if you're leaving it on for, like if you're sleeping with your makeup on, or if you're just not being very hygienic, like with your makeup brushes and stuff like that. So I recommend at a young age using a BB cream or a tinted moisturizer rather than a full coverage foundation. I just feel like at such a young age you don't really need something that is so heavy, and you don't need to be wearing a ton of makeup. So yeah, I just recommend like a light BB cream. If you do have acne and you are very insecure about it, then still maybe just go for a BB cream and then maybe just put a little bit of concealer over the spots that you're insecure about. And believe me, I know the struggle. My acne was terrible when I was younger. It was definitely my biggest insecurity. My skin was my biggest insecurity, and I ended up taking a medication to fix my acne. I took Roaccutane, and I do recommend it, but I also don't recommend it. I don't want to recommend medication to you guys because I'm not a doctor, I'm not a dermatologist, but I went to see my dermatologist and this is what he recommended for me. So if you are having a lot of trouble with your skin and with acne, then go and see a dermatologist and see what he says. But yeah, as for other makeup, I think all you really need at a young age is maybe a BB cream, tiny bit of blush, probably don't really need it, but if you want it, and mascara, and maybe some lip gloss or lipstick. I don't recommend eyeliner. I recommend if you want to wear eyeliner, practice it at home until you get really good at it, so that way you can avoid looking like I did with the big raccoon eyes. Not attractive. But yeah, the next tip didn't really apply to me. I didn't really have this issue, but a lot of my friends did, and that is eyebrows. I always got my eyebrows waxed professionally. I would never pluck my own eyebrows. I was too scared to, but a lot of my friends did pluck their own eyebrows, and some even shaved their eyebrows, which was a really big mistake because their eyebrows ended up really thin. So I don't recommend plucking your own eyebrows at such a young age. I recommend getting someone more experienced to do it for you. And if you can't afford it, I mean, at such a young age you don't really need to do all that to your face because you're so young and you should just enjoy being young and naturally beautiful. So my confidence tips are like, at that young age, I know it's hard and everything seems so bad in the moment and you feel like you're never going to get over what's happening and you're just stuck in such a weird, awkward place, but it does end. It does get better. Things will change. And at such a young age, I don't think girls need to be worrying about how they look and what boys think of them. I have so many questions all the time. People will ask me all the time, how do I get this boy to like me? This boy doesn't like me. You know, how can I feel more confident in myself? How can I make this boy like me? The thing is, you don't want to make a boy like you. You don't want to change anything about yourself to make a boy like you, because if they don't like you the way that you are already, then do you really want them to like you? So yeah, my advice on that would just to be, don't change. You don't need to change for a silly little high school boy because they're irrelevant. I mean, obviously when you're in high school you care what everybody thinks about you and you want to be in the popular group and you want everybody to like you, but trust me, none of that is important. I didn't really care what other people thought of me because I'm not friends with them anyway, and their opinion doesn't matter to me. So if you're trying to impress people in your school just for the sake of trying to be popular, then that's ridiculous, because being popular in high school is stupid and it doesn't matter. Okay, so that is pretty much all of like my advice, kind of, but I do have one last piece of advice that a lot of you probably won't want to take into consideration. I know I definitely didn't want to do this when I was younger, and I know, like, I understand where you guys are coming from at such a young age, but my biggest tip, and like, believe me, when you're older you will agree with this tip as I do now, but my biggest tip to avoid that awkward stage is to listen to your mum. And I know a lot of you guys now are probably like, are you serious? Like, why would I listen to my mum? She's embarrassing. She has no idea what I'm going through, blah blah blah. She does, believe me. If I had listened to my mum when I was younger, I feel like all those embarrassing photos wouldn't exist because I wouldn't have looked the way that I looked if I listened to my mum. And I know it might not be the case for everybody, but in my case, especially if I had listened to my mum and taken her advice, I would have looked a lot better when I was younger. And it's not just about looks either, it's like confidence and everything as well. And also, if you want to, you can tweet me your embarrassing, awkward stage photos, because I think they'd be fun to look at, and I showed you guys mine, so I'd like to see yours as well. But that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys took something away from it. And yeah, I will have all of my social media links down in the description bar, so don't forget to follow me on those. And if you're unsubscribed already, please do so. The subscribe button is just down below. And I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Alright.